Micro and small firms that have to wind up or restructure their debts will get help doing so in a cheaper and faster way. That's with a law passed in Parliament today introducing a Simplified Insolvency Programme. Some MPs voiced concerns over whether workers would be protected in these processes, while others asked how authorities would help firms understand their options. Cheryl Lin reports.
More streamlined solutions are on the cards for micro and small firms in financial distress. These firms, which rake in less than $1 million and $10 million a year respectively, form about 95% of Singapore's enterprise landscape. With more at risk of going under as the pandemic drags on, authorities hope to make insolvency and debt restructuring easier and cheaper. This would also create a better outcome for various parties involved.
This enables the reallocation of resources to other, more productive business activities. It also reduces the number of zombie companies that might exist, those that are unable to generate enough profits to cover their debt servicing costs and other obligations, while the value of their assets dissipate over time. An efficient liquidation process will reduce the cost of liquidation and maximize return to the company's stakeholders.
The programme simplifies debt restructuring by shortening the amount of applications needed. It would also make it easier for firms to get the go-ahead for restructuring by lowering some requirements. It will also be simpler for firms to wind up. Labour MP Patrick Tay urged that though the initiatives aim to help firms, it's also important to protect workers affected by these processes too.
Hence, there should also be more direct assistance provided to support workers who seek to recover their unpaid wages, salaries or benefits by simplifying and expediting the enforcement of recovery proceedings. This is especially pertinent where the employer companies are experiencing financial difficulties and there are limited assets to satisfy all creditors.
To that, Mr. Tong assured that in a restructuring scenario, workers would be an important group of stakeholders and any decisions would also have to go through a vote. MP for Marsiling UT GRC Henny So also asked how authorities would help firms in financial difficulties understand their options. Mr. Tong said they've reached out to industry groups like trade associations in touch with these smaller firms to spread the word. They've also arranged for these organisations to set up legal clinics as a more direct port of call.